Welcome to The Lift with Sheila Robinson Kiss. Come on in. There's always a special place set aside for you here where you can relax, kick up your heels, pour yourself a nice, refreshing drink, and prepare to be lifted and soar. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, and welcome back to The Lift with Sheila Robinson Kiss. We've got it all here, folks. Mental health, movement, motivation, and the best relationship advice around. So if you're loving what I'm doing, please don't forget to subscribe and share the news of the channel with your friends and family. Let's dive in. Today, this is a topic I find it interesting. I hope you will too. And our title is Bird Box Relationships. Bird Box Relationships, How to Save Yourself. And yes, the title is based on the famous movie. Many of you may have seen it. Let's dive into today's note, and then let's really get into the underbelly of what these relationships are and what you can do to guard yourself. Here we go. Dear Sheila, I am 2 years into my relationship. I love her, but she seems to want me all to herself. I had a really nice circle of friends, and she's more of a loner. Never wanted them to come over and hang for extended periods of time, and made a fuss when I wanted to see them. I could live with all of that, but more and more, she has problems with my family. I have never disrespected my mom, and this week I did. I snapped at her and said, "Stop trying to control me." She was not trying to control me, Sheila. She misses me. My girlfriend thinks she's controlling. More and more, I'm echoing my girlfriend's thoughts and opinions about a lot of things. I really don't like who I'm becoming. What can I do? Please, please, please don't use my name. That's not a problem. I will not use your name. Certainly very respectful of confidentiality. Um, I will say this to you. You are in a bird box situation. And I say it's a bird box. Those of you who've seen the movie, I'm not going to give too much away because I don't want to spoil it for everyone else. But basically, the theme of this movie is these people encounter an energy. And for lack of a better term, they end up turning on themselves. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave it for you to fill in the rest for yourself. But a bird box situation ain't nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with. So I want everyone to hear me and hear me well. You know, my grandfather was a very simple man. Thomas Hood Robinson, you all have heard me talk about him numerous times on the channel. Only made it to the third grade in life, but was absolutely brilliant. And he dropped some wisdom on me before he passed over. And one of the things he would always say is, baby, with the best relationships, the best people you're going to meet. See, things get bigger. They don't get smaller. They get bigger, not smaller. Now, what did he mean by that? What he meant was when someone is for you, there will be expansion in key areas of your life. There's expansion in your heart. There's expansion in your mind. There can be expansion in your circles, social circle, expansion in how you're thinking and feeling. It's expanding for the positive, for the better. When someone is not for you, you're going to experience shrinkage. Okay, things are going to shrink in your life. Social circles are going to shrink. How you feel about yourself, your self-esteem may be affected. How your physical health may be impacted. This is why, I want to be very, very clear, very, very clear that there are some key questions that everyone needs to ask. When you encounter, quite frankly, anyone could be start of a friendship, going into that friendship, romantic relationship, family relationships. I want you to keep these questions at the forefront of your mind at all times. Who am I? Who am I? And who am I inside of this relationship? You know, we've all heard of the Bible verse, you will know the tree by what? You will know the tree by the fruit it bears. You know, people ask me all the time, you know, I don't know if it's going to work out, if this relationship is good for me. You do have the answer if you have the courage. If you have the courage to just look at the fruit that the relationship is bearing. You see, when someone is consistent, that's good fruit. When someone is fair, that's good fruit. When someone does what they say that they're going to do, that's good fruit. When someone is lifting you up, that's good fruit. When you can grow things together, that's good fruit. And when that is not happening, that's when you really have to stop and ask yourself a key question. You know, how far have I gone into this? And how far do I want to proceed? Again, how far have I gone into this? And how far do I want to proceed? You know, the movie The Bird Box was interesting because you could see as the movie unfolded, there were certain characters. Well, they kind of took it casually, didn't really think it was a big deal, and then they got exposed to this energy, and immediately they started to cannibalize themselves. But here was the caveat in that movie: there were certain characters, they were completely immune to the energy. Watch, if you have watched it before and didn't catch it, watch it again. That for some reason, these people were not affected and they didn't end up hurting themselves. This is what I want you to pay attention to very closely. There are people walking around on this planet. You know, everyone is not wired the way you are. I'm specifically talking to, you know, I consider us all cousins and we're connected on this channel. I'm talking to all of you because there's a certain kind of person that's just attracted to this channel, and they're definitely not the people who would have an immunity to the bird box. Really good, you know, warm-hearted, kind people are gathering here in this space. But what I want you to hear, and just hear this well, everyone who comes into your life is not always going to operate in your best interest. And everyone, this is the most important piece, everyone who comes into your life is not even in the driver's seat of their own life. There are influences that people are under. I say this all the time, and I will reference my videos and put it in the end cap about dark influences. You know, if they can't get to you directly, they will get to you through other people. Case in point, I recently sat with a man, this was a couple years ago, and very, very sad case. Sat with him a few years ago, heard from him recently, uh, got involved in this relationship, and this woman, let's just say, bird box left and right, estranged from all of his adult children, estranged from his siblings, uh, has moved halfway across the world to be with this woman, and classic classic dark influence style, divide and conquer. She pulled him away from everything. This man didn't know if he was coming or going, and then got him into a situation where she was verbally abusing him, and her children, her adult children, were physically abusing him. A very bad situation. But I will tell you, when you walk through life with your guards are not up, and you are not walking in awareness and that spiritual grounding and connectedness, you guys, people will come in, and in no short order, your life will be unrecognizable. You'll look and say, "What? You know, I had my friends, I had my family around me. I'll just ask you a common sense question. A common sense question. Why would anyone who is good for you and means you well, why would they want you separated from your friends, want you separated from your family, when they know that that lifts you up and that's something valuable to you? Why would anyone want that in any shape, form, or fashion? Well, I have an answer for you: power, dominance, control, and to get you completely codependent on them and strip you from what you know and what you love. And that's when this process of breaking you down slowly and methodically takes place. It's not always to that extreme. Sometimes let's just call it bird box light. Bird box relationship light. It can happen all the time. I myself, last year, share an example with you. This was, let's just say, a person who's known in the world, a person of means in the world. And I stepped into this individual's orbit just based on introduction. And I will tell you, I observed myself in no short order, kind of making accommodations that I normally wouldn't make, and this, that, and the other, jumping a little too quick. And literally, guys, this is where the work pays you back. The more you kind of lean into it. And I said, wait, 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 hold on, hold on, hold on. Baseline, baseline. Go back to your questions. First of all, who am I in this world? And who am I in context of this situation? And the answer that I got back, I really didn't like. Say, you know what? We can stop now. Guess what? You know where to find me. Thank you so much. We're not doing a bird box. We're not doing any bird box scenario, because the reality is this: the all the people who will come into your life, the relationships, the circumstances, I go back, you're going to know the tree by the fruit it bears. Anything where you find yourself, gosh, it's just so hard and so taxing, and I'm having to do these backflips, and after I sit with this person, I don't feel lifted, I don't feel good about myself. We're all going to have down days. Don't get me wrong. But I'm talking about when you identify these consistent patterns of being pulled away from who and what you are, your value system, when you're sensing degradation, that is not a cue to keep going with it. That is your cue to back up and say, wait a minute, hold up, stop. We got to do some gut check here. And I will tell you, I have a little one, an 8-year old, and I pray for her every day and every night, and I pray over her friendships, her future partnerships and relationships, because there is no people can come into your life and bless you beyond measure, and it's amazing and it's good, and you're riding the waves on top of the world. And people can come into your life, particularly in the area of partnership. It's been heartbreaking. I know so many talented people that I have crossed paths with them, and they could, in quotes, be doing some phenomenal and amazing things in this world, but they are in some bird box situations. All of their energy goes into analyzing this relationship, trying to get a leg up, fighting for some decency, fighting for their sanity. I asked everyone last year to choose 3 words. And these are 3 words that mean something to you, 3 words to live by. My words are ease, joy, and glory. Ease, joy, and glory. Pick yours. And where I don't find ease, joy, and glory, I'm sorry, that's not God ordained. And if we can't get things worked out and get to ease, joy, and glory, I'm out. I'm out, because I know the time tested principles at this point in time. It is not that hard. So I want to say to all of you who find yourself, if what I'm describing, a bird box situation, if that sounds like what you have, I want you to get into those questions real deep in the next 24 hours. Who am I in this relationship? And who am I, period? What am I about? What am I here to stand for? Because I'm here to tell you, you are not here to suffer. inside of anyone's relationship or be changed to the point where you're unrecognizable to yourself. Again, in the great words of my grandpa Hood, let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. If we can't be lifting each other up in harmony and laughter and figuring things out and work it out, you know what? That just means I'm being redirected to something better. I hope something I've said here has made a difference for you. I don't want anyone in a bird box situation. I will be back soon with some more great content. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you soon.